All right, what's going on, man? I think y'all rocking with me real quick. I think y'all out there in the world. What's up, world? If you out there, what's good? Well, I know you out there because I got the dope ass microphone right here that I'm gonna be selling soon on my Walmart channel. You'll be checking that out. This your boy Hood. What's going on, man? I've been on a super grind every day, man. I've been grinding so hard these last few years, man. I'm grateful to all the people who have supported this brand. Thank you. Like and subscribe. I don't know if this is gonna go on my Hoodfilms channel, which is the brand, or if this is gonna go on my Yusef Hood channel, which is me. But it might go on both. But if whichever one y'all saw this on was popping with you, yo. So I've been pushing the brand on Michigan Avenue on downtown Chicago for like 5 years. Prior to that, I was at the Swaparama. Prior to that, I was just on the streets and everywhere else you could be, all out of town, you name it. But a unique thing happened after all these years. One of my movies turned 20 years old this year. Hood Life is the movie. Turned 20 years old. I shot it in 2001. And in August is when I started shooting it. And then the day I ended up finishing it just happened to be September 11th in 2001. But it happened to be actually September 11th, which is, you already know what that meant. But it just so happened to be that day. It was my homie birthday, so we was like, yo, we gonna sit back and smoke and watch this movie we shot in the hood. But we never got chill because after we got home to the hood to kick it, everybody got spooked. Like, man, it might be a war going on. This actual day when the planes hit the building, so it was like people didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, damn, I got that movie. Hey, man, fuck that movie. Then we're going to the crib. So everybody went home because the whole country was scared. Then obviously we found out what happened, but that was the actual day it happened. It's like about 2 in the afternoon that same day. So people was just getting off work early because they shut down the whole country. Like it wasn't even like finish your day. It was like go home now. It seemed like it was a war happening, or we was being attacked by some country. That's what it made it seem like at that time. But so my movie, I had to export it off of the computer, which at that time it wasn't called exporting. It was like just taking it to a VHS tape, and that's how I got the copy of my movie 2000. It was VHS at that time. It wasn't DVD. It wasn't digital, and you had it in a VHS tape. And then I started making copies of it, and so blah blah blah. But in 2001, I shot that movie, and that's when it finished. And then so town is 2021. The movie been selling for years, 20 years. I've been selling this movie, maintaining my life, and just I've never sold it to no white entity, no white company, and nothing like that. I always sold it myself. I created it, and with my homies in the hood, in the southeast side of Chicago, in an area called Sircon City. That's where I grew up, and that's where we made the movie. And now, decades later, it's 20 years old. But the funny thing about it is that my oldest, my third yeah, my third oldest kid is trying to. I mean, he does make music. Not trying to make music. He does make music. So his music is all over the YouTube. It's called doo wop. He called himself "You're a Stepdad" on, and that's literally his rap name. You're a Stepdad. YOUR Stepdad on YouTube. I'm sorry, Instagram, and on YouTube he calls himself doo wop. DOOWOP. So it's my kid, and like he been making music for so long. I used to freestyle rap and all that shit when I was a kid and battle rap. I was like, yo, help me make a song. He was like, bet. So he showed me on my cell phone, okay, listen to me. On my cell phone how to make a song. I'm like, wait a minute. I got a fucking cell phone I can make music with every day. He like, yeah, they gotta make how I used to make my music on my cell phone. Now I moved up to the iPad, blah blah blah. Oh, that's what that Christmas gift was all about. So he rocking, going crazy, making his music, and I'm really proud of him. So I was like, man, help me make a song. So I did. He helped me make a song, and it's on my Yusef Hood YouTube channel. It was a freestyle rap I did. He showed me how to add the music and then add the lyrics in my cell phone in an app called GarageBand. And I was just intrigued because I'm like, I remember going to people rap studios and they'd be like, yeah, man, we ain't giving you no copy of this, man. Fuck you, man. You don't know how to rap like us, or you rap too good. We ain't gonna have you have a copy out here now. You in the rap game, because I was always a film director. But I was mad at that. Like, damn, man, why can't I get a copy of my raps? So today, I got a rap song done. So now my son is like, Dad, I see you promoting your stuff continuously for decades. I want to promote my stuff, man. What's up? I'm like, yeah, you good. Just get a job. He's like, no, fuck that. I need to be in these streets. I need to be out on these blocks. I'm 19. I'm like, yeah, you're a kid. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm out here. What's up? And I keep thinking like, oh shit, millennials, they not finna sit on the sideline and just chill and be like, yeah, go to school. He's like, man, fuck that. I'm going to school and I want this money. So I'm like, okay, well, I opened up a spot on Michigan Avenue, which is called North Michigan Avenue in Chicago, which is a magnificent mile. Really, you couldn't sell on the street at that area. But when I decided to do it, I just went all out, and I'm glad I did because a lot more people have come out there to sell and promote their stuff and do this thing, and it's dope to see other people out there and other people promoting their stuff, whoever they are. I'm grateful to see them because with tourism, it's billions of people coming through Chicago. So it's not enough sellers. It's just not. It's enough. It's not. It's so big. The world is so huge. These people are going all over the world taking their products back, and it's just not enough people to sell products there. It's just not. Even to promote themselves and get money for their different things that they into or the different organizations that they run. You know what I mean? And I just like seeing the people out there. I really do because I know initially when I kicked it off, they came at me, arrested me, trying to put a fine on the business. But I just kept consistent, and the way I understood that was through one of the Bucket Boys, who when I was selling Art Institute, which is on the other side of the river, on Michigan Avenue, he kept saying to me, and I'm older than him. I'm older than this kid. He was like 20 some years old. He had Bucket Boys tattooed on his chest, but he kept saying, no matter what, come back every day. He kept telling me, he said, just come back every day. And I'm like, well, what about the police? They keep running you off. He like, come back every day, make them do their job. And I'm like, this is a kid telling me this. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna implement this into my branding, and it's been a wonder. I don't know that kid name, but if you from Chicago, you probably seen this kid. He got a brain, so this dude is smart, and he's a young bro. He like about 20 something. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the time when I met him. But he's a smart kid, and he went out there and he used to grind with it, and then to see that expand into so many more people, not what I was doing, but what he was doing, and what those people do. It's just dope to see brands out here in the world. Like today, we was talking about a group from Chicago that's like you probably wouldn't know if you're not from here, you wouldn't know. But this in like 98, 97, their group was called Soldiers at War, and it would be like a bunch of group of people selling rap CDs all over the city on corners, and they was gonna be making it millions. They was gonna be making it rich. They was gonna be making it big. Cash Money was the big rap group at the time, and Master P that was in the regular rap world. But they was building up, and it was like one day they're gonna be big. And then they kind of dwindled over the years because you know how rap is like up and down. They never kind of like got on a national level, but in Chicago they legends. You know what I'm saying? And probably a lot more other places. You know what I'm saying? But so with having that mindset, you know what I mean? People like that, and my father who actually taught me how to hustle. Now my youngest son is trying to get out there and hustle, and he's asking me to teach him, and it's like, whoa. So here it is, a fourth generation, because my father told me that my father told him how to hustle on the streets. And he was in an area in Chicago at that time in the 70s called Jewtown, which is like on Roosevelt Road, and Jewtown was a place that you went. Like literally, we used to buy all our clothes from Jewtown. I never even got clothes from a mall when I was a kid. We got everything from Jewtown. I didn't even know it was no damn malls because we went to Jewtown every fucking day. But my grandparent, he hustled over there. He had a table out there, and he sold for decades until he got too old to go out there. And he used to make super money, and he a legend. You know what I'm saying? In the area, I'm gonna try to put a picture of him up on here because I'm talking about him. If I can make that happen, I think I do have one in my phone. But make a long story short, it's 8:34. I'm gonna try to put my grandfather photo up here of him actually in Jewtown selling, because I seen it in a documentary somebody filmed in that era. I'm barbecuing, y'all. Give me a second. We always like one in a million, yo. We always take like one in a billion, yo. Sun. I know y'all don't know that song I was humming. That was Wu Tang, The Sun, with Slick Rick. You got to get your game up on the hip hop. Yo, so anyway, this what happened. So my grandfather was selling it over there, and then I learned how to sell from my father. Because when I got to be, my father met my grandfather hustling in Jewtown, and then he saw my father, and he was like, "Yo, walk me to the crib with my bags," and my father would help him. And then when he walked my father to his car with his bags, he met my mother, which was one of my grandfather's daughters, and then they started kicking it. They was like 19 years old at the time. My father always told us. And then he dated my OG, and then obviously we was born. They got married and blah, blah, blah. So then when we became little kids and shit, living on the south side, in Sircon, we needed money because we was kids and they had video games, but at that time video games cost 25 cents. So it seemed like no money today, but back then it was a lot of fucking money when you like 9, 8, 10, 11, 12. It's like, how the fuck do you get it? So we used to go up to the local market, food market, like Jewel's, called Jewel, but you know, it's the food store, you get all the food you eat. We went up there and we would ask people today, you know, excuse me, miss, can I help you to your car? And they'd say, yeah. And then they give you 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, $2, a dollar, blah, blah, blah. So we did that on a daily basis, and not just me, but many people did that. A lot of the whole hood down there was up there hustling. But a lot of times, the younger you were, the more sales you got. So that was just a little way it worked, you know what I'm saying? So you learned that, then obviously security would get on us and run us off, and it was a whole bunch of bullshit. But then you outgrew that, you understand what I'm saying? Because then you became the older guy, and the younger kids was able to take that hustle over. So then you were out of a hustle. Obviously, you heard about the crack era. I'm not finna talk about all that shit. Let's just say Jay-Z is the biggest motherfucking crack person ever. So, but that was still hustling. So we had learned how to hustle before that time. Then obviously the crack era. So when my father taught us that as a kid, as I became a grown man, and you know what it is being a black man trying to find jobs, blah, blah, blah. I'm already making movies in the hood. So I'm like, shit, I don't have to really go get a job because I could always sell my movies. And that's what I really ultimately became as a grown man, a person that didn't necessarily take jobs. I would always go back to sell my movies. So that meant I would always keep making another movie so that I can always have a newer movie to sell. Even right now today, my new movie is called Killer Rapper. It's an hour long and it's right here on this channel or my other channel, Hoodfilms channel. And if this is my Yusef Hood channel that I post this on, and you can see the movie right now. And it's a dope movie. Twist, turns, dope as hell. And this just became my life, you know, because I used to be like, well, why don't I just live my dream? Why don't I just live my dream? Why try to do something else? Even if I try to do something else, I'm just going to always make movies. And that's what I did. So I got a movie for damn near every year from 2001 on up, and that's facts. And some of the movies I even lost, like the movie I shot in 2000, I ain't got a copy of that motherfucker no more. I gave it to somebody, he lost it. It was a stupid mistake. I should have did it. They always tell you don't give your master the I fucking did, and that motherfucker lost my shit. Well, you know, they still popping on 5 crazies around this bitch. Yeah, I'm doing some barbecuing, so I was hollering at y'all about while I was finishing up on these ribs and shit, sipping and lighting up. Yo, but anyway, my son like, yo, Dad, take me out here. Won't you show me how to hustle? And I'm like, damn, it fucked me up because I'm like, you thinking that the millennials gonna get jobs and be in the streets, but I'm being on, you know, in America, and he like, no, fuck that, teach me this game. And I'm like, wow. Because, you know, as kids, you need money. I was 19, I remember. And I had to I lost my girlfriend, I lost my apartment, I lost all, you know, you lose your car, you know, you can't make money. The objective is to find a job. Now, obviously, you got the criminal game, but, you know, that's gonna land you in a bing. So you gotta kind of figure out life, and that's just what it was in life, you know what I'm saying? So you figure it out. Somehow you do, and everybody figure it out because we all getting from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you kind of matriculate up. You figure it out. It's just God allow you to figure it out no matter who you are. So, but you obviously see a kid struggling, and you like, damn, how do I help him? And what I'm trying to explain to my child is that it's wrong for me to just give you money every day without you earning it or making a value for yourself to get it, because that's what an entrepreneur has to do. He has to find a way to make value for his either skill or his fucking what he does. And by doing that, it allows him to eat for the rest of his life. So yeah, you go through tough times when his money not gonna be coming in, or it didn't work out, or something you tried failed, or you know what you did do it, but it lasted this long and then it stopped. You know, that's called life. You gotta keep doing it and keep jugging and keep moving and keep coming up with new things, and that's called living life. You don't let it stop you. You don't let it take you out. It's the way it goes. You might lose everything. You might lose the girl. You might lose the money. You might get robbed. Your whole bank account might fall. It might be a fucking pandemic. All this stupid ass shit is called life. You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep rocking, and it's gonna be easier and easier. At some points, it might be hard as fucking, especially when you're 19, because you're thinking like, the fuck do I do? This girl want me to take out. This car I need to get. This fucking over here at this distance. This job is way over there. They want me to piss test. Plus I'm smoking this shit. I want to go out of town, but I ain't got enough money. This job won't come. It's a lot of shit's going through your mind in life. And as you keep going, I'm telling you right now, as you're looking at me, there will be just things piled on top of that. So take it easy. take a break and just be happy to be here and just take your thing in stride. Don't let it stress you out, because it's not gonna, you ain't gonna fix it by being stressed out. I'm 20 years, no, that would be just 39. I'm 49, 30 years removed from that time frame. So I'm telling my kid, relax, and I'm gonna teach him how to work in my brand. He didn't grow up with me, he grew up with his mom. So you would assume, okay, in my assumption, and especially watching TV, I don't know how life go, I'm watching TV, and it's like, okay, the kid grew up with his mother, he gonna get a job and go to college. But it's like, no, he got ambitious. He looking at you like, okay, guide me, help me. And it's like, oh, fuck, what the fuck do I do? Because I really ain't had no 19-year-olds around me. You didn't fucking grow up around me. You know, my other kid like, shit, I don't need you, Dad. I'm the fucker on. Leave me alone. I don't even need money, nigga. I'm out. But then this little kid like, I need money. I need you. What's poppin'? And it's like, so you have to understand, me as a father have to know how to maneuver those duties. But I'm teaching my kid, don't be a person that asks for money. Don't be a person that borrow money. Don't be a person that need people to give you money. That's not the life for men. If you're a young female, that might be the way you could rock. I'm not hating, I'm not against that. I don't even know how girls rock no way. All I know is they said sugar and spice and everything nice. That's as far as my brain go. So, but as a young man, I know that you have to add value. You have to have a reason why people are going to give you money. And if you don't, unfortunately, this is the world we live in. People will manipulate you and disrespect you and do negative things to you. And so you have to be smart not to put yourself in those predicaments, but we all fall in them. So even if you fell in them, you don't feel bad. It's just life. Again, you will come back up. You will get back over it. You will understand where you fell off, and you will be able to move again and get back on. So don't let it take you out, because sometimes it do. But that's why I'm telling you, as somebody who's been through 70 trillion times more shit than you could imagine, than you'll be ever having to go through. You won't even have to realize, do all this stuff. All you do is just keep going. I know it sounds crazy, like keep going, it's a fucking motivation video, get the fuck out of here. No, it's just like the easiest way to say don't let it beat you up, because it will, and if you let it, no matter what it is. I don't give a fuck if they felt on you. I don't give a fuck if you've been drinking too much or smoking too much or taking a pill too much. Don't let that shit bother you. You will fucking get over that shit quick. You will relax yourself, at some time you will start seeing the sun or the grass or trees, and things are, music will hit you something, and you'll be moving into another direction. And I want my kid and younger guys and younger people to understand that. Don't let it rush you, but chase your dream and be willing to live on the streets. Be willing to live on a fucking car. Be willing to live on somebody's couch, because one day you will be 48, you will be 38. But if you use your 20s and teens right now and early 20s and mid 30s to chase your dream, you won't have to ever look back and be sad. I'm telling you about a movie I sold for 20 years, and now my kid is ready to fucking do sales of his own art, his stuff. He's an artist, he make music and all that shit, but the streaming world don't give you the money fast enough. That's the whole thing. So I'm like, well, it's ways to make money. You got tourists downtown that just love Chicago products. You from Chicago, boom, get money. So he's like, take me with you tomorrow. I'm like, all right, Lollapalooza next week. If he come out there with me next week, he gonna fucking never stop for the rest of his life, because you talking about Lollapalooza in Chicago? Oh my God, do you understand how many people are gonna be down there that's music lovers, and you a rapper from Chicago that's a fucking millennium teenager? You'll fucking make $1,000 in a fucking couple of hours. You wouldn't even be doing 8 hours. It's different. It's a different type of grind. It's called self-made. No boss life. You can't understand it because it's nothing you can imagine. This is different. And the people there, it ain't like they leaving. It ain't like they give a shit who you are. It's a feeding frenzy. Them people so smart that's doing that, they charge $1,000 for a belt, $1,000 for shoes. They don't give a shit if you buy it, but I bet you they sell more than 50 a goddamn day. I bet you that much. Nordstrom, Saks Fifth, all these names. The whole point about it is that you gotta also have that mindset about your product. I gotta take this food off this grill. Don't even know if it's actually done, but my wife won't come out here. She's up there on something. I'm watching my evening show. Just give me a second. I think this food is done, so I'm gonna take this off the grill. It's still juicy too, so. And the last one. Bam. As you can see, we got some great ribs in the place to be. I can't actually have these out long in Chicago because you got major bugs that will be flying on these joints. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you probably can't, but you'll see it in my stomach. I got to jump off of here because we don't want no flies and gnats flying on this food because of the, it's so hot right now. Yo, that's it. Love y'all. I'll hit y'all up. I'll let y'all see the video with me and my son on the jug. Holla.